The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this April 1st, 2026. April Fools. If you're a Dodger fan, you're hoping it's not April Fools as we play the games of June 7th, 1986. A day game in Los Angeles between the Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Jerry Royce gets the call for the Dodgers. Mike Madden gets the call for the Astros, who's only going to be with Houston for one more week. I'll tell you right now from the start, both of these pitchers have under 90 on their expected pitch count. This is going to be a bullpen game for these two teams. The Dodgers are in second place. They trail Houston by 4.5. And so Houston kind of is at the point in this replay where no one else is really coming to get them. The Dodgers are really not the second best team in the division. I think that is actually San Francisco, although Cincinnati finished ahead of them in the standings. So Houston finds themselves, as we work our way through the middle of June, in a position where they could just put this division away by the All-Star game, which they host by the year. So that's a setup for you. How you doing, Curtis? So it is the Astros and the Dodgers from a warm and beautiful Los Angeles next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1986. Today, from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Houston Astros. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalAdvice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find Dave and Friends on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, wherever else you find your favorite podcasts. Tore that one to shreds. Bang the drum slowly. How you doing, John? Blaine, how are you? No real updates on that end. This will be the last scheduled stream of the week. Her father is supposed to have surgery on Friday, and hopefully we know more then. But thanks for the well wishes. This is game number, let me see if I can do the quick math here, 53 for Houston and 56 for the Dodgers. Jerry Royce making his 10th start. He's only making 13 on the year. 2-4, a 4.75 ERA. 37 years old. Fastball at 81. And a fly ball pitcher. If I can get the mouse in the right spot. Again, 85 pitches isn't a lot. He's on 5 days rest. He faced the Phillies on June 2nd. Lost 11-4. 4 innings, 94 pitches, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 2 and struck out 2 to take the loss. 55 innings for Royce, 62 hits, 37 runs, 29 earned. That's a lot of unearned runs. 14 home runs. He's walked 13 and struck out 17. The lineup that Houston will send out there, Billy Doran leads off at second base. Billy Hatcher in center will bat second. Jose Cruz, the ageless one, is in left field. He'll go third. Glenn Davis cleans up at first. Kevin Bass in right will bat fifth. Phil Garner at third will bat sixth. Alan Ashby behind the plate batting seventh. Craig Reynolds at short goes eighth. And Mike Madden, M-A-D-D-E-N, on the mound batting ninth. He's a lefty, at least at the plate. Royce, as we said, 80-some-odd pitches. I doubt Downey is having an Easter sale, Dave. I have no idea who's actually, if the kids are running it or not. Franklin Stubbs, by the way, as we set the Dodger defense, a 5 and a 6 in left. Reggie Williams is in center, a 6 and a 6 there. Mike Marshall, a 5 and a 4 in right. Bill Madlock, a 5 at third. Mariano Duncan, a 6 and a 6 at short. Steve Sachs, a 9 and a 7 at second. And Greg Brock, an 8 at first. I imagine that it's all PDFs at this point, right? Alex Trevino is the catcher today, by the way. He's a 6 at 8. And Royce is 7 on the mound. So as we said, no wind, 78 degrees, clear skies here in Los Angeles. Billy Dorn at 281, a homer and 14 RBI. There's a ground ball to Duncan. Mariano throws to Brock, and that's how this one starts, one away. For Billy Hatcher at 202, 2 homers and 3 RBI. Royce deals, and there's a slow chopper to Duncan. Second verse going to be the same as the first. Hatcher can run, and he beat it out. So that's a single for Jose Cruz at 283. Just 1 home run. He hit 10 in real life and has driven in 24. Fly ball to right. Back goes Marshall, and that is off the wall. Hatcher kind of stopped around second, but he's got speed. He's going to score with ease. And Jose Cruz is in with his first triple of the year, and the Astros are up 1-0. How you doing, Andy? Glenn Davis at 274, 11 homers, and 35 RBI. And Roy struck him out 2 away. He chased an 0-2 Bugs Bunny fastball. 2 out for Bass at 347, 7 homers, and 34 RBI. Cruz on third, 2 out. Bass into left center. Williams moving over. Reggie will make the play, and that'll do. Astros get a run, however, on the Cruz triple. 2 hits and no errors. They leave a runner on and lead it 1-0. So here is Mike Madden making his 5th of 6 starts. He's done with Houston on the 12th, so he'll get one more start after this. He's 28 years old. Fastball at 92, a ground ball pitcher. 1-2 with a 5.83 ERA. Kind of a Swiss Army knife of a pitcher. He last pitched 5 days ago. Took the loss against the Cardinals 9-4. 5 2/3, 100 pitches, 13 hits, 8 runs, all earned. A walk and 4 strikeouts. So 29 1/3, 45 hits, 20 runs, 19 earned. He's allowed 2 homers. He's walked 18 and struck out 21. The lineup he'll face: Mariano Duncan leads off at short. Steve Sachs at second will bat second. Franklin Stubbs at left will go third. Bill Madlock at third will clean up. Mike Marshall in right will bat fifth. Alex Trevino behind the plate batting sixth. Greg Brock at first batting seventh. Reggie Williams in center goes eighth. Jerry Royce on the mound goes ninth, and Madden, as we said, 80 pitches, 5, maybe 6 innings. Houston defensively: Phil Garner a 6 at third. Craig Reynolds an 8 and an 8 at short. Billy Doran a 7 and a 7 at second. Glenn Davis a 6 at first. Jose Cruz an 8 and a 4 in left. Billy Hatcher a 6 and a 5 in center. Kevin Bass a 6 and a 6 in right. Ashby is a 6 catcher with a 2 arm. And Mike Madden is a 2 fielder. That's not good. With a 1,000 fielding percentage. So the Dodgers trail 1-0. Mariano Duncan at 199. However, he has stolen 29 bases with a home run and 13 RBI. He does that. The home run is his only extra base hit. He has no doubles or triples. He has 41 singles. Struck him out. Got him on an 0-2 fastball, 1 away. Apparently, Mr. Duncan likes to mingle. Apparently with someone by the name of Mrs. Hines. Steve Sachs at 348, 4 home runs and 31 RBI. Dodgers have speed. Wouldn't that have been cool to have Todd for a double play combination of Duncan to Hines? In Pillsbury. Or Crocker. Pitch to Sachs. There's a fly ball. Right center field. Bass turns. Is that going to stay in the yard? Yep. Sachs got under it. And there's 2 out for Franklin Stubbs, hitting .206, 6 homers and 21 RBI. That'd make you pretty hungry to have a Duncan Hines double play combination. The cat is not happy. But when is Emmy ever happy? Stubbs, that's into right. Back goes Bass. And Kevin, it's a big bark. And he'll make the catch, and that'll do. So the Dodgers go in order. After 1-0 Houston. So Garner, Ashby, and Reynolds to face Royce here in the second. Phil at 225, a home run, and 19 RBI. Fly ball to right. Marshall. 1 out. For Alan Ashby hitting 211, a home run, and 8 RBI. No, we tried another cat with M when she was younger. She'll be 15 in July. So this would have been 10 years ago. We tried another cat with her. And oil and water, oil and vinegar, being the Yankees, no, that did not get along. Emmy is a creature of her own habits. Ashby, high ground ball to Duncan, over to Brock for the out. Duncan Brock just doesn't have the same feel to it, does it? Craig Reynolds at 224, 2 triples and 12 RBI. Roy steals. There's a high ground ball to Sachs, over to Brock, and Reynolds is retired. So Royce, a clean second, no runs, no hits, no errors. After an inning and a half, 1-0 Houston. For Madlock, Marshall and Trevino to face Madden here in the second. Bill at 322, 5 home runs, and 18 RBI. Struck him out. Madden got him on an 0-2 curveball to the knees. 1 out for Mike Marshall, who's hit 15 homers and 194 at-bats. He's hitting 273 and has driven in 40. If you had the chance last night, the pay dirt game, the Super Bowl 10 rematch between the Steelers and the Cowboys, phenomenal game between Mark Unger, who was coaching the Cowboys, and John Turnbull, who was coaching the Steelers. Marshall draws the walk. The game came right down to the last play. And worth a look. Alex Trevino is at 194 with 4 RBI. No one's going to confuse him for Mike Scioscia. Walked him. So Madden is walked 2. Marshall goes to second. Nobody out for Greg Brock, lefty versus lefty. What was Tommy thinking here? 188 for Brock, 5 homers, and 18 RBI. Struck him out. So Madden can actually throw the ball well. I vaguely remember him, but not as a starter. Curious, how long was he a starter for? Reggie Williams at 295, 6 doubles and 9 RBI. So Marshall, who can score on a single, on second, and Trevino, who uses my chair to get around the bases at first. Pitch to Williams. That's a base hit, left center field. Cruz will grab it. Marshall around third will score. Trevino takes the extra base. He slides into third, and we're tied at 1. So Williams with the RBI, 2 out for Royce, hitting 125, a double, and 2 RBI. Royce strikes out, and that'll do. The walks hurt, and the run scores on the single. 1 run, the hit was Williams, no errors. We go to the third here at Dodger Stadium. Astros in Los Angeles tied at 1. Ron, been watching my videos, thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. No news since we were with you Monday outside of him having surgery on Friday at the VA hospital in the southern part of the state. But beyond that, have no idea. She's pretty worried. But thank you so much. Mike Madden, by the way, 0 for 6 on the year. Line drive to second. Sachs is there. 1 out for Billy Dorn. 0 for 1. Opening 9 for Royce. 30 pitches, 2 1/3. The run was earned. He's allowed 2 hits and struck out 1. Yeah, I remember Curtis Madden on a baseball card, but obviously not enough to stop him beyond that. Doran, ground ball, sacks behind the bag, makes a fantastic play, a good throw, and Billy's retired, 2 out. How's the VA tree? I have no idea. It's for a lack of a better public term, it's a very interesting family dynamic they have. So, Billy Hatcher singled his first time up. Only a 4-year career, pitched 71 games and 26 for starts. And 88 was his last year. Okay, well, that would explain why I vaguely remember his cards. Yeah, White River, Andy. He's at he'll be going to White River. He's home now, or he was Monday. Hatcher walks. Is that part of, because you're from down there, is that part of Dartmouth? Or is that separate? '86 was his last year. Okay. Jose Cruz tripled home the run for Houston in the first. That was Hatcher. Struck him out. Royce doesn't do that very often, and that'll do. So Cruz chased an 0-2 fastball, and the Astros are done here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Oh, it is the VA. Okay. After 2.5, Houston won, Los Angeles won. Because the big hospital for that part is Dartmouth Hitchcock across the Connecticut and Hanover. But that's a separate hospital. Okay. It'll be Duncan, Saxon, Stubbs here in the third. Madden opening 9, 43 pitches, 2 innings. The earned run in the second. Allowed a hit. He's walked 2. Mariano struck out his first time up. There is a base hit. Pass Garner down the line and left. Cruz will grab it. And Duncan will hold with a single. That's the second hit for the Dodgers. Steve Sachs is 0 for 1. And we will see if Madden throws over because Duncan is a candidate to steal. They throw over, and Duncan is going to go. Ashby throws down to Doran, and Duncan is in there with his 30th steal. It was close. In fact, the Astros did pitch out, but Mariano's just too fast. Again, what is his 42nd single of the year? He's pretty much, because he likes to mingle, inventing Tinder in 1986. So 1-ball count to Sachs, who's 0 for 1. Popped up, right side, Bass. That's well hit. In fact, that's still traveling. Kevin, a long run, and will make the catch by the base of the pen. Duncan jogs his way to third. The throw down to Garner is not in time, and the Dodgers have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Bass made a fantastic catch, by the way, right at the pen. So 1 out for Stubbs, who's 0 for 1. Madden deals. That is a ground ball to first. That should score Duncan. Davis has it. Duncan will score, flips it to Madden. Stubbs is out, 2 away, but the Dodgers are up 2-1. For Madlock, who struck out his first time up. So L.A. manufacturing a run and taking advantage of Madden's missteps. And Madlock draws the walk. So third walk from Madden. As we said, this is going to be a bullpen special. Mike Marshall walked his first time up. 2 out, bottom of the third, 2-1. Now the graphics are better today. There was I don't know what updated this morning, but my computer decided to run a Windows update at 4:45 this morning. I saw some of Otani's highlights yesterday, Todd. Shutdown Cleveland. It looks like he holds the record for most scoreless innings in baseball. Currently holds the record. What do you go, 6 or 7? His stuff is just filthy. Marshall strikes out. Madden is flying 5, but the Dodgers take the lead. A run, a hit, the walk doesn't hurt. Dodgers have left on 3, and after 3, it's 2-1 L.A. So Davis, Bass, and Garner to face Royce here in the 4th. Glenn struck out his first time up. Davis into right. Marshall going back. That is well hit. Marshall, is he going to run out of Los Angeles? No, he makes the catch, 1 out. For Kevin Bass, 0 for 1. There was an immaculate inning last night in Arizona. I was watching some highlights this morning, MLB in like a 7-minute package, and didn't even mention it. Yep, you know it's a restart when the graphics get bad. Yep. The other Japanese player in Chicago can rake too. Oh, yeah. Phillies had a true rookie goal last night, Painter, and he struck out 8. The thing with these pitchers is, yes, they throw hard, but there is so much movement on their pitches. Pitch to Bass, that is up the middle for a base hit. And if you're interested in hockey news, the GM job in Toronto's open if you want that. Phil Garner is 0 for 1. So Bass, the tying run on first, 1 out. Trevino and Royce have a word. Garner up the middle. That's a base hit. Williams will grab it. Bass will hold it second, and that's a 1-out single. 4th hit for Houston. Here's Ashby. He's 0 for 1. So Bass on second, Garner on first. Royce around 85 pitches expected, and Madden has about 80. And I'd be surprised if Mike gets out of the 4th. Trevino and Royce have another word. Ashby up the middle. Royce goes to sacks for 1. Ashby's going to reach because the throw to first is not in time. 2 out for Reynolds, who's 0 for 1. So I was listening Tuesday night or Monday night to the Red Sox and the Astros. And on the second pitch of the game, Jose Altuve challenged the call and was right. It was a couple millimeters either way, and yeah. Oh, so Ron, you're from Ohio then, huh? If you're a Marty Bradman fan. Pitch to Reynolds. There's a fly ball left center. Williams moving over. Reggie should have room. Bass, well, there's 2 out. Won't matter. No runs, 2 hits. The Astros leave on 2. And after 3.5, it's 2-1 L.A. Standings. Now, we will read this the way that Todd wants us to read this. Mets 7 up on Montreal. In the NL East, St. Louis 9 back, Philly 13 back. In the NL West, Houston 4.5 up on the Dodgers, 7.5 up on San Diego. Cincinnati, my goodness, if the Red Sox are having a bad year, Cincinnati's having it even worse. In the American League East, the Yankees 2.5 up on Toronto, 3.5 up on the Tigers. We did them on Monday. And Milwaukee 5.5 back. Boston is finally almost out of the cellar. And then the American League West, Oakland a game up on California, 2 up on KC, 3.5 on Curtis's Rangers. Indiana near the line of Batesville. And you can see all the stats and stories. Houston's team ERA 2.98. Trevino, Brock, and Williams to face Madden in the 4th. There's a lot of you there. And Dave Little is from Ohio. Lives in Wisconsin now. But walks Not good to walk a guy with no speed. For Greg Brock, who struck out his first time up. There is a chopper to Davis. Are they going to get 2 out of this? Reynolds for 1, but Brock will reach as the throw back to Glenn is not in time. 1 out. So the 1-2 is a fielder's choice. Reggie Williams singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. If things hold, we'll be with you Monday night, 7:30-ish. That would be the next schedule stream, and we hope to do 3 next week. Ohio was well represented in Connecticut. Yes, in Connecticut. Not that far of a drive. Ashby and Madden have a word. Mike deals. And Williams strikes out. That's 6 for Madden. Madden right at the end of his rope. In fact, he would lead off the 5th. Here's Jerry Royce over 1 with a strikeout. Ron, are you going to IndyCon? Is that next weekend? Batesville, I bet, has a pretty good motel, doesn't it? It's about halfway between Cincy and Indy. I know that you're going to be there, John. That's right, you're in Ohio, too. Ron grew up with the Big Red Machine and Marty and Joe. Royce stays in the game. Got away from Brock on the wild pitch. And it's a 3-1 count. How you doing, Mike? So Madden right at the end of his rope for tonight. Pitch to Royce. He worked the strikeout coming from a 3-1 count, and we're through 4. So, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Dodgers have left it on 4 because Madden's control is not very good. Through 4, 2-1 LA. And so I imagine the Astros will pinch hit here for Madden with Dorn and Hatcher to follow. Royce, if he does it right, can pitch into the 6th. And Terry Poole will pinch it. Well, Todd attended the last replay retreat in Pittsburgh many moons ago. I bet you did. Because you love that basketball game. Not this year, but it's on your list next year. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, if you're halfway between Cincy and Indy. Mr. Turnbull will be showing off his new baseball game there. And matchup college basketball, St. Patrick's new game. Terry Poole, as a pinch hitter, 333 with an RBI. 271 overall. His year is almost done. Wow. With a home run and 17 RBI. Ron, what do you play? Poole, left center field. Back goes Stubbs and Williams. And does Poole hit a home run? No. No, it's off the wall, however. And that's a double. That's Poole's 7th of the year. And the Astros have the tying run on for Billy Dorn. Billy is 0 for 2, 18 batters deep for Royce, 69 pitches, 4+ innings. A run it was earned. He's allowed 5 hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 2. That is a ground ball past Duncan into center field, and Poole will hold it 3rd. So Royce, who I did not pinch hit for, off to a flying start here in the 5th. Billy Hatcher 1 for 1 with a walk. So a walk and a single. Tying run is Poole on 3rd. Dorn the go-ahead run on 1st. Hatcher swings. Ground ball. Sachs has it. And there's no chance for the double play. So they'll try for the runner at home. And Poole is safe. We're tied up. He knew he couldn't turn 2. He wasn't even sure if he could get Doran. And so he went to the plate instead and got nobody. So here's Cruz. He tripled in the 1st, drove home the run, and then struck out. Inside pitch is what Ron's game of choice right now. Currently mixed with some Digital Diamond. And pocket pennant run. You just joined a year ago at 61. Oh, nice. Well, are you retired? All good choices. Cruz That is a ground ball to third. Madlock should get 2 out of this, you would think. Sachs for 1 and Brock for 2. So they go around the horn, 5-4-3, and there's 2 out. Recently disabled. I'm a little more than recent, Ron. Glenn Davis is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. All right, Andy, good to see you. Thanks for the well wishes. We'll keep you posted. So Ron playing all those baseball games, and we know is playing the Dodgers. Excuse me. Pitch to Davis. That's popped up. So the Astros shouldn't get anything more out of this as Madlock moves over into foul territory, third base side, and will make the catch. Halfway through on a gorgeous day here in Burlington, by the way. It's the Astros 2, the Dodgers 2. Joined us late. Here's how we got here. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Houston. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. Jose Cruz got us started with the scoring with a triple to score Billy Hatcher 1-0 in the first. Dodgers a singleton in the second, a Reggie Williams single to score Mike Marshall, and they took the lead in the third on a fielder's choice by Franklin Stubbs. Kevin Bass has an 11-game hitting streak, and Billy Hatcher tied the ball game up just a moment ago on a fielder's choice to make it 2-2. Jerry Royce, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk and 2 strikeouts. We'll see if I yank him for the 6th. Mike Madden's day is done. 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 4 and struck out 7 over his 18 batters. Former Detroit Tiger Aurelio Lopez coming in. Senor Smoke is 37. Fastball, and he's not throwing smoke at 82. Making his second appearance. He came over 2 days ago from Detroit. I'm trying to think. I played a bunch of Tiger games already, and I don't remember him being on there. So he faced these Dodgers on Thursday. He went 2 innings and a loss, no decision, 48 pitches, a hit, 3 walks, and a strikeout. He's good for 35 pitches. In real life, 3-3 with 7 saves. Now, that's interesting because Dave Smith was their closer. A 3.46 ERA, 78 innings overall, 64 hits, 6 homers. He walked 25 and struck out 44. Duncan, 1 for 2 with single and a strikeout. I don't know if John Turnbull saw that or not. Todd, do you show off your dice towers and stadiums you build there at IndyCon? There's a ground ball to Lopez over to Davis. Maybe you can get John to autograph his Bill Belichick picture for you. Steve Sachs is 0 for 2. There's a ground ball to Lopez. First base side of the rubber. Sachs is running, but he's out on a bang-banger, 2 away. So Madden and Lopez combining now on a 2-hitter. Franklin Stubbs 0 for 2 with an RBI. That is a ground ball to Doran. Billy has it on a hop, makes a great play, throws to Davis, and the Dodgers go in order in the 5th. After 5, no runs, no hits, no errors. Astros and Dodgers tied at 2. So a Chamber of Commerce, Southern California afternoon here. This would have been an 11:20 start on the West Coast. So lots of tank tops and tans. 81 degrees. Maybe a Baywatch pilot shot. Kevin Bass 1 for 2 with a single. Oh, he didn't build them. The 3D printed stuff was done by Victor Wenzel. And Michigan and Trumbull does the dice boxes. Yes, Yes, he does. There are some very creative people in this community for sure. Oops. Bass swings. That's a base hit because I forgot to pull Royce. That's a slow one to Stubbs, and I should pay attention, Ron. Pay attention, Ron. Garner, yep, we're done. Royce tried to sneak back out there, and Tommy said, "What are you doing?" So we're going to go with, in a 2-2 tie, do I want to go with Pena? I think I need innings at this point, right? Yep, we'll go with Alejandro Pena. Pena, excuse me, only been up a couple weeks. He's 27, fastball at 91, standard pitcher. No record, third appearance, an earned run average of 20.25. That's so last year. Pitched on the second against the Phillies, where he developed that ERA, an 11-4 loss, 2 innings, 70 pitches, 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned. A home run, he walked 3 and struck out 2. That's still pretty cool, though. 2 2/3 for Pena, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. A home run, he walked 3 and struck out 2. So, Ron, who's your favorite Big Red Machine? Garner, by the way, 1 for 2. Bass not a threat to steal. There's a chopper to first. They might get 2 out of this. Brock, nope. He'll let Bass go to second, takes it to the bag himself, and Garner's retired, 1 out. For Alan Ashby, who's 0 for 2. Yeah, you are busy enough as it is. Fly ball, center field. Williams waits and will make the catch. Bass will not tag. He bluffs, 2 out. For Reynolds, who's 0 for 2. Reynolds hits one up the middle. Duncan's got it over to Brock. Reynolds is running, but he's out on the bang banger, and that will do. Astros get a hit. They've left on 6 after 5.5. It's 2-2. So Madlock, Marshall, and Trevino to face Lopez here in the 6th. Now Lopez is scheduled to lead off the 7th. Madlock has struck out and walked. He's 0 for 1. There's a high ground ball to third. Garner has it over to Davis for the out. So Mr. Turnbull, again, will be showing off his wares, including his new baseball game. 4-score baseball, right? Mike Marshall, 0 for 1. A walk and a strikeout. And Marshall draws the walk. Pete Rose from your childhood, Ron says here, although as an adult I realize that may not have been a great choice. I think anyone who was a kid in that era, Alex Trevino has walked twice, by the way, has to admire the way he played. He was such a spokesman for not only the Reds, but baseball. He did the Aqua Velva ads and all that. I mean, he was Charlie Hustle for a reason. Lopez is close to making your all-buffet team. But, yeah, I was going to say that he and the buffet were good friends. Debut will be Friday, April 10th of 4-score baseball. And that is not 7 years ago. Trevino pops this one into left field. Past a diving Reynolds. Cruz will pick it up. Marshall on his way to third. No. For Greg Brock, 0 for 2 in the strikeout. Marshall on second. Trevino on first. So John will have a hockey game, a basketball game, a football game, a boxing game, and a baseball game. Ashby and Lopez have a word. Aurelio delivers, and he walks Brock. So the bases are loaded. Why the crowd doesn't like it, I don't know. There's one out. He has walked 2 tonight and hasn't struck out anybody. Reggie Williams, 1 for 2, a single, and an RBI and a strikeout. Todd so old, we just had Epper and Stratton. We liked it. We loved it. Dodgers creeping up in the poll. Lopez deals. Bases loaded. Struck him out. He got Williams to chase a junk pitch on a 1-2, and there's 2 out. Oh, now I got a pinch hit for Pena, don't I? I pinch hit here, right? I don't want to. He did lower his ERA to 14.73. Who have I got? Who can handle righty? Dave Anderson, I guess so. A different time in the 70s, Ron says. Bobby Knight, another one you looked up to, although couldn't change with the times, much like what I would take Bobby Knight over Woody Hayes. I don't think Bobby punched anybody, threw some chairs, said some things at press conferences that his student press information directors would have liked back, but I think Woody was stuck in the 50s. Is Ohio State your football or college team or? That's true. I did choke somebody. Dave Anderson, by the way, is not pinch hit this year. 180, no homers, and 5 RBI. He recruited Larry Bird, as a matter of fact. I think Larry went to 2 practices, packed his truck, and left. Wasn't Knight the last, in 76, the last NCAA men's team to run the table, though? That's hard to do. Snap throw down to first, and Brock is back. So a 1-ball count. Same with Isaiah Thomas. Yep. Zeke. Pitch to Anderson. There's a chopper foul, and we'll go to 1-1. That one bounces towards the dugout at third. And flipped up to a little old lady from Pasadena. So 1-1 the count. Marshall on third, Trevino on second, Brock on first, and a 2-2 tie. Lopez deals. Anderson hits this one into right center. That's a base hit. Marshall's going to score. Trevino will hold. But they go ahead 3-2, and here's Mariano Duncan, who's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. That's into right. Bass going back, but that will stay in the yard on this beautiful day in Southern California, and that'll do. Dodgers pull ahead. They get the run on 2 hits and no errors, and after 6 here in L.A., it's 3-2. I can't go Honeycutt. Vandenberg has pitched 2 days in a row. I guess we go with Niedenfuer. Tom making his 17th appearance, 3-1. He has blown 2 saves. He has an earned run average of .564. That's bad. 26 years old, fastball at 91, fly ball plus pitcher. He last pitched 2 days ago against the Astros on Thursday. He faced 1 batter and struck him out in 5 pitches. 22 1/3 for Tom, 25 hits, 14 runs all earned, 3 homers, 8 walks, and 18 strikeouts. IU basketball never thought they would win a title in football before another one in basketball. That's true. IU last school with the perfect seasons and national titles in both basketball and football. That's cool. When it comes to stuff like that, one that sticks in Todd's mind was the Indy Pistons brawl in the stands. Yes, our test was involved in that. So who are the Astros going to pinch hit? It'll be Jim Pankovitz. Yeah, I believe so. Pankovitz as a pinch hitter, hitting .313, overall .233 with a double. Niedenfuhr's pitch is a ground ball to third. Madlock straddles the line, makes the play, throws to first, and Pankovitz is retired. 1 out. For Doran, 1 for 3. The cat thinks she's being boiled in oil out there. There is a ground ball to Sachs. Over to Brock, 2 out. Makes my life easier when they get them out that way. For Billy Hatcher, 1 for 2. A single, a walk, and an RBI. That came in the 5th. Hatcher swings. That's into right center. Williams moving over in the alley. That's a well hit. Reggie's a lot of room to run, however, and will make the catch. Stretch time, 3-2 Dodgers. Well, I hit the button and Steve Sachs singled. So the Dodgers had the leadoff runner on. But you get the ad anyway. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. And it's root for the Red Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame. And it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey! I guess we'll be calling the union. Probably, and SAG-AFTRA will be calling my performance too. Franklin Stubbs is over 3 with a run driven in. Sachs leads off the 7th with a single. That's only the 5th Dodger hit. I went to grab a drink. Oh, it's Frank DePino coming in to pitch. Let's tell you about Frank. He's 29 years old, fastball at 89, a standard pitcher. 2-0 for the Astros, a 1.80 ERA in 20 appearances. This is appearance number 21. He's only available until the end of July. He pitched 4 days ago against the Cardinals in a 5-4 win. 2/3 of an inning, 4 pitches. That's it. 4 pitches to get 2 outs. 25 innings in total for Frank. 14 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He's allowed 3 homers. He's walked 9 and struck out 14. There. I think we're all caught up now. Stubbs 0 for 3 with an RBI. That is a ground ball to the mound. DePino doesn't have a play on Sachs. He throws to first, and Stubbs is retired. Poor Ron. New to the channel. Messing things up. Gets to hear me sing. No one wants that. Except for Dave Little. Bill Badlock 0 for 2. A walk and a strikeout. Dr. Jim, your oldest son was at IU when Knight grabbed the kid coming out of the arena. The kid he choked was Neil Reed. Oh, 97. Yeah, that would have been too late for that. Madlock rips this one into left field. That will get past Reynolds. Sachs around third will try and score. Cruz throws it in the infield, and the Dodgers go up 4-2. 2 different incidents. You thought it was Robbie Benson? No, I think the rest of us wanted to choke Robbie Benson, Todd. Mike Marshall 0 for 1. He's walked twice and struck out. Left field. Back goes Cruz. That's well hit. DePino left that one over the middle of the plate, and Cruz will watch that one go. Marshall hits his 16th of the year, and the Dodgers now lead it 5-2. 6-2. So comfortable lead now for Tommy's gang. Way too much of the plate. And Marshall sent that one flying. I don't know how long the Dodgers can hang with Houston, but here they are. Trevino has 2 walks and a single. He's 1 for 1. DePino's pitch. That's a ground ball past Davis into right field. Bass. Nope, that's not a ground ball at all. It's a line drive to right. Bring out my John Sterling. It is high. It is high. It is a pop out to short. Brock 0 for 2. A walk and a strikeout. And he struck him out. So DePino gives up the 2-run homer to Marshall. Dodgers get 3 on the board on 3 hits. They've left on 7. We go to the 8th. Dodgers 6, Houston 2. Wasn't Robbie Benson in that biking movie, cycling movie, Breaking Away? Jose Cruz, Glenn Davis, and Kevin Bass to face Niedenfuer, who will go this inning and then give way in the 9th because he is due to pitch or bat second in the 8th. Cruz 1 for 3. His triple drove home the first Houston run in the first. He's now driven in 25. Line drive or ground ball to Duncan over to Brock. 1 out. For Glenn Davis, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Niedenfuer deals. That is into left center. Williams moving over in the alley. Reggie should make it. He does. 2 out for Kevin Bass. This one goes much quicker. You'll be able to get to Redondo Beach to surf. Kevin has singled twice today. He is 2 for 3. That is over the mound. Duncan's got it. Can't make a play, and Bass has a single. So it brings up Phil Garner 1 for 3. Bass, good speed, but he won't steal here. How you doing, Scotty? His Dodgers are up 6-2 as we play the 8th, 2 out. That is a ground ball to third. Madlock's got it. He goes to Sachs. No, I'm still streaming.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that'll do. After 7.5. No runs, a hit, no errors. Astros have left on 7, and the Dodgers lead at 6-2. So DePino out for his second inning. Williams, a pinch hitter, and Duncan to face DePino here in the 8th. Breaking Away is the movie I'm thinking of, but I can't remember if Robbie Benson was in it or not. And he walks. I see Scotty's got some new clients. Who can hit a DePino? The ageless Bill Russell. 318 as a pinch hitter, 255 overall, and 4 RBIs. Got 3 doubles. Breaking Away. I thought so. See what they do with Williams first. They go to the plate, and Russell draws the walk. So for the Astros, they've not done all that well on this channel. It'll be Duncan 1 for 4. Mariano was singled and struck out. Williams on second, Russell on first. Excuse me. Had nobody out. Infield fly rule is called. Reynolds waits. It's a high sky today on this beautiful day in Los Angeles. 1 out. So first and second, 1 out for Steve Sachs, who's 1 for 4 with a single. Ashby and DePino have a word. That's a base hit, I think. No, or is Davis going to snare it? Goes to Reynolds for 1. Back to Davis for 2. How about that? So Davis, who was deep in the hole, flung it to Reynolds and then had to race Duncan or Sachs back to the bag to turn the double play. A 3-6-3 double play. Dodgers threaten but do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors. They've left on 8. We go to the top of the 9th here in Los Angeles. Dodgers 6, Houston 2. So who are we gonna go with? We're gonna go with. Oh my goodness, this could be. All right, have fun, Ron. We want to go with Vandenberg. I want to go with Vandenberg. Although he's gone the last 2 games. We'll go with the lefty Ed Vandenberg, who makes a mean fish stick. 27 years old, fastball at 91 and 0, a 5.18, very New York ERA, making his 20th appearance. He's gone the last 2 nights here in Los Angeles. The last night, Friday night, a 2-1 loss to Houston. He went 1 inning, struck out 2 on 12 pitches. 24 and a third for Ed, 25 hits. Is he with the Dodgers? Or is he going to Seattle, or has he been with Seattle? Anyway, 15 runs, 14 earned, 6 homers, 12 walks, and 19 strikeouts. Isn't that the new Tiger Woods street sweeper dog? Oh. Yes. I'm looking over my dead Range Rover, which I've overlooked before. So it'll be Ashby to start the 9th. He's 0 for 3. Houston, 4 to tie, 5 to go ahead. Popped up, left side, Duncan, almost on the grass, will make the catch, 1 out for Craig Reynolds, who's 0 for 3. Struck him out, so 2 up, 2 down, last chance saloon. It'll be a pinch hitter for Houston. Dodgers about to go to 31 and 25. And Tony Walker will be the pinch hitter. Walker, 400 as a pinch hitter with an RBI, 217 overall, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. He has 8 steals on the replay. So Vandenberg 1 out away from closing this one out for the Dodgers. Swing, and there's a ground ball to third. Madlock should have it. He'll make a quick throw to first, and the ball game's over. So the Dodgers win a big one here in L.A., 6-2. Three hours and 21 fake minutes. Dodgers 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They move to 31 and 25 and leave on 8. The Astros 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and they left on 7. Yeah, Mike Marshall's your digital dice MVP, 1 for 2, and that home run of the 7th put the game away for L.A. Jerry Royce 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Alejandro Pena got the win. He went 1 inning, 1 clean inning, and he's 1-0. Tom Dietenfuhr gets the hold, his 3rd. Brought to you by Breck Shampoo, which has nice hold. 2 innings, a hit, that's it. And Vandenberg, a clean 9th. Mike Madden, the starter for Houston, 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 4 and struck out 7. Aurelio Lopez takes the loss, 2 innings, 2 hits. The run was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. And DePino did not pitch well at all. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, including the homer from Marshall. Walked 2 and struck out 1. The Astros ERA is still 3.04. So the rest of this Saturday in baseball. Yeah, thanks, Todd. Again, nothing new on her father. And hopefully by the time that we are with you again after Easter, we'll have some better news in that regard. So let's do, as soon as the game wants to open, we can tell you that the Angels beat the Indians 5-4-11. Gentleman Jim Corbett 4-1. Olkers, right? Oelkers. He takes the loss. Doug DeCinces hits 2 homers, drives in 4, goes 2 for 6. The Yankees beat the Orioles 7-4. Tommy John 4-1. Mike Boddicker 3-6. Ron Hassey goes 3 for 3. Man, we are slow. Chicago, as soon as I saw what the Red Sox did too. Chicago beats St. Louis 5-4. Baller 4-3. Todd Worrell falls to 1-3. John Tudor has a 3-hitter through 7 wasted. He struck out 7. Lee Smith gets his 10th save. The Giants beat the Reds 8-5. Kruko goes to 5-4. Bill Gullickson goes to 4-6. John Milner 3-for-5. Hits a 7th, drives in 2. In 13, Lance Parrish walks it off with a solo homer, 3-for-5. He now is 20 on the year. As Scherer beats Tom Henke 2-1. Texas beats Seattle 8-2. First of a doubleheader. Jeff Russell 4-1. Mike Morgan 2-6. Scott Fletcher 5-for-5 with a double. Texas gets the sweep. They win the nightcap 7-5. Mahorchik 2-1. Lee Guterman falls to 0-2. And Dave Henderson hits his 11th. He goes 2-for-4 with 2 RBI. Montreal beats Philadelphia 5-3. Andy McGaffigan 4-2. Shane Raleigh falls to 4-6. Jim Walford in a winning effort, 2-for-4, a triple and a double. Pittsburgh beats the Mets 10-9. Don't tell Barb. Bob Walk 2-6. Doug Sisk 0-1. Gary Carter hits his 14th. Oakland beats Chicago at Comiskey 2-1. Steve Ontiveros 2-2. Bill James 3-3. Ron Kittle hits his 8th. He goes 1-for-4. Twins beat the Royals 7-3 in Kansas City. Bert Blyleven 5-7. Danny Jackson goes to 3-1. Tom Bernansky hits 2. He now is 5 on the year and drives in 4. The Brewers beat the Red Sox 9-2. Teddy Higuera 6-7. Allcam Boyd 4-6. Cecil Cooper 3-for-3 with a steal. Wow. And Atlanta beats San Diego on your TBS late night special 9-4. Rick Mailer 5-6. Lamar Hoyt 2-3. Dale Murphy hits 2, drives in 7. Can't get a highlight in the game. All right, we will see you Monday night, 7:30-ish, for our next stream. And until then, thank you so much for all your prayers, thoughts, and well wishes. Have a safe and happy Easter, everybody. So long.